Aries, thanks for visiting. And as I always ask you nicely, hopefully I try to, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. Everything is ready. I'm just going to start your reading for lovely, lovely Aries people. The first card you have for your past is the Hierophant. So yes, I'm just looking at this Hierophant. The Hierophant can be about rules, all sorts of things. It can be about religion, organised religion. It can be about, following what other people think you should be doing, all of that kind of thing. I'm just really looking at this Hierophant's red robes. This kind of, this Pope or this religious leader. He has this red robe, but underneath his robe, if you look at it, he's wearing white. And, to me, this sums up Aries. This just sums up Aries perfectly. It might look like, on the outside, it might look like that you're this red, dominant, passionate, domineering kind of person, angry person, all of this kind of thing. When people see red, they think of all of these things. But on the inside, there's white, there's purity in the form of being a little bit childlike, as well as being having a very strict idea about right or wrong. If someone defies you, if someone's dishonest, something like that, you have a very, very clear sense of, no, that's wrong, that's wrong. So there's this kind of childlike, there are no areas of grey with you. It's like that. That's what you're like on the inside. And you have this kind of vulnerability as well that people don't see either. They only see what's on the outside. So yes, I'm seeing a history of actually you're feeling a little bit misunderstood, maybe even more than a little bit because of this, because people saw you as this great, big, huge, passionate, angry, loud, whatever it is person, but on the inside you are very, very vulnerable. So you might be angry, you might lash out, you might say things, you might be blunt, all of that kind of thing. People get angry, they see you as this great big dominating person, but actually you come out with those things because you're just being totally honest, and that's where this purity comes from the inside. That's what I'm seeing going on in the Hierophant. Yes, because of this misunderstanding, because people misunderstand you a lot of the time, I'm seeing that you move on from people quite quickly. I'm getting this, there was one very specific person, actually, it might have been recently, where you disagreed with someone, or you had some kind of falling out with someone, and you just wanted to move on from them. You just wanted to move on from this person. They might have wanted to argue. They might have wanted to come back and said, oh, let's discuss this. No, let's hold on. I know this has happened, but it's not how it seems. La, la, la. Let's keep going. Let's talk. All of that kind of thing. But you were just, no. Once I don't trust someone, that's it. I'm moving on. And you moved on. Yes, they wanted to stay around and talk and fix whatever it was, but you just wanted to move on. That's what I'm seeing. And you could have lost this person totally. This could have been a friendship I'm seeing. This could have been... Yes, I'm seeing you probably were right about them. You were probably right about what they were like, but you're very blunt with it, whereas a lot of other people might be a little bit more forgiving than you were. That's what I'm seeing. There's a pattern here. This probably has happened to a lot of people. You probably just cut people off, moved on from them, that kind of thing. And some people give people too many chances. Some people are just doormats. People just walk all over them. Obviously you're not like that, but you're the other extreme. You're the other extreme. That's what I'm seeing there. And so yes, people see that as being very harsh, but that's not what I see. I see that as being quite pure. And quite moral in a way. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Knight of Wands. So yes, this is someone who feels very out of control, or they felt very out of control of this situation. I'm seeing this is probably this person who you fell out with. They wanted to come back and talk to you. They wanted to talk this through. They wanted to stay friends, or whatever this was. It might be more than a friend. It could be a relationship. I don't know. This is someone who was close to you and you fell out with. And they felt very out of control with this situation. They wanted to come and talk to you to get back into control of the situation. If you look at this horse, he's like a runaway horse, and the knight's trying to control him, and he's jumping up and down. So that's how this person felt. They wanted to come back in and talk to you and communicate with you with these wands, but they couldn't. They felt really out of control because you cut them off. And yes, they wanted to do this. They were very brave to actually want to come back and talk to you. But yes, you just cut them off. That's what I'm seeing. They were definitely thinking about wanting to talk to you again. That's what they wanted to do, coming forward to you. But they were they felt out of control of this, but they also had a little bit of a fear as well. They weren't sure of how you were going to react to them, but they couldn't do this anyway, because you might have just cut them completely off. And they felt like, wow, I was in control of this situation, but now I'm not. This other person has cut me off. They've totally taken control of the situation. That's what I'm seeing here. They were very, very hurt. They were very hurt. The last card you have, your past, is the Seven of Swords. Yes. Sneaky card. Yes, I hope this is going to make sense. I'm just seeing you feeling like something wasn't adding up. This isn't around this person. This is another situation. It's a feeling that something's not quite adding up. Now, usually if you think that someone's dishonest or whatever, you completely say, well, I'm not dealing with that person. I don't want that person. But this is something where it wasn't that clean cut. It was like you had a feeling, but you didn't actually know any of the facts or something like that. It's something that you weren't sure kind of what this was or what was going on. It was like you wanted to investigate and find out what was going on or something. I'm seeing this is around something you heard. I'm actually seeing one thing that was said not adding up to another thing that was said. So it might be that somebody said something to one person and a different thing to another person, or it might be that they said something at one time and a different thing at another time, and it wasn't quite adding up. Now, it wasn't like this was completely opposing the other thing, but it wasn't exactly the same. Maybe they got a time wrong, or maybe they said someone's name wrong, and it kind of felt a bit dodgy to you, as if someone was trying to kind of trick you. And sometimes you do feel a bit like this when it's just someone making a genuine mistake. It can happen to you sometimes. But yes, you really thought that things were not adding up or something like that. It came across to you as being a bit shady. That's what I'm seeing. You were just feeling this feeling at this time. I'm not seeing you acting on whatever this was at this time. The first card you have your present is Judgment. So yes, this is about this. This person in the Seven of Swords. Yes, again, I'm seeing saying something to one person and another thing to another person. I'm seeing that. It could be that they were saying two things, maybe they completely contradict. I'm not seeing a complete contradiction, I'm seeing a little kind of contradiction. So it's not sure whether, I mean, it might be something like, I'm not sure whether this person made a genuine mistake or they just made a slip up. I mean, I do that. I sometimes say the wrong word or the wrong name and it sounds like I'm saying a different thing. I'm not. Sometimes I just slip up and say the wrong thing, or I forget something, or I don't know all the details. It might be something like that, a bit ambiguous. You're not sure. That's probably why you haven't acted on this yet. Yes, it might not be you who's going to be investigating whatever this is. There is a third person around this as well. There's someone else involved in this, and someone else knows about this, and someone else might actually do this investigating for you. Whatever this is, it's going to come out. It's going to be found out. So it's going to come to light. Either it's going to come out that this person has been dishonest and it's going to come up and they're going to be judged for this, they're going to be found out, or it's going to be that you're going to find out that it was an innocent mistake and then you're going to find that out. But whatever this is, this will be the final thing that happens. There won't be any more kind of questions about that. People are going to question this person, they're going to investigate, find something out, and then they'll find out for sure what this is. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. The next card you have your present is the King of Swords. So yes, I'm not seeing you wanting to have much to do with this person. You're very right and wrong about honesty, but you are in this at this time with this situation, you are going to be kind of waiting to find out the results of whatever this investigating is. That's what I'm seeing. So yes, yes, I'm also seeing there could have been a few things that you might have already made a start on, or if you wanted to make a start on, but maybe you had doubts about what people would think of you if you started on these things. These might be various different projects. I'm seeing a lot of different things, and you're thinking, oh, will I do that? Oh, people might think that. Will I do that? Oh no, people might think that. Well, maybe I'll start on that. Oh no. And this is just your emotions coming into play, your worries about what people think of you, people's perceptions of you. They were in the way of you starting these things. But at this time, this is the King of Swords. This is cutting out any emotion here. So at this time, you might be ready to actually start planning these things. It's like you're going to take the emotion out of these things, put your logical brain on switching over, and you're going to start to work on some of these things. Maybe not work on them, you're going to start to actually plan things properly, get some sort of timeline, get things organized, that kind of thing. Ask people to help you. Maybe you're going to really get things happening at this time. But there are a lot of things, so you might have to narrow it down to maybe one or two things to start with. And the last card you have here present is the Ten of Pentacles. So yes, stability, that's what the Ten of Pentacles says to me. This emotional change that you're going through, from feeling very self-conscious and even emotional around being able to achieve things, do this project or whatever this thing, is turning to being logical. That's what I'm seeing in the King of Swords, and that's going to help you to push forward and move forward financially. So you already have come quite far financially, I'm seeing. It might not feel that way to you, but you are getting there. You are definitely on the right track to where you're going, and you need to push that and keep forward to go to the next level that you want to financially. I'm seeing, because I'm seeing a family on this card, I'm seeing that it could be that you're a pioneer. You might be the first person in your family to move forward and do certain things. Other people in your family might not understand what you're doing, or why you're doing this, or they might be thinking, why is this person doing this? Nobody in our family has done this before. This is very strange. And so I'm not seeing that they're trying to hold you back or anything, but they might not really understand you properly. You might be the first person to go ahead and do whatever this is. But don't let any of this stop you. I'm just seeing that. Just keep on going on the right track and use your logical mind, because when you put your emotions in these things, it stops you. You start to doubt yourself. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the Seven of Cups. So yes, more tricky sevens, that's what I'm seeing. This is the same thing I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a lot of different things in front of you, a lot of different things in these projects. You're going to try to move on, you're going to try and work on these projects, but you're going to have so many things in front of you that you're going to say, oh, will I work on this? No, I'll leave that. Will I work on this? Oh, no. What about this other thing? You might have 20 things. You might have all these different things in front of you, and you might start one and then not finish it, and start another and not finish. If you do that, you're not going to finish any of them. So I would say that what you need to do is start on one thing, concentrate on that perfectly, and then finish it. Move on to the next thing, concentrate on that, do the best job you can, finish that. The next one. I think that's the only way with you, because I'm seeing you're kind of a bit lost in all these different things you need to do. That's what I'm seeing there. That's how you're going to move forward. Also in this card again, I am seeing that someone's watching what you're doing. They are left in the dark. They don't quite understand what you're doing. That could be these people in your family again. If you look at this man, he's in a silhouette and all of these things are in front of him. So someone could be watching what you're doing at this time and thinking, what on earth is this person doing? No one in my family has ever done this. I don't understand what they're doing. Oh, but don't worry whether they understand you or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they understand you or not. Just keep going. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your future is the Magician. Yes, here we are. You can achieve these goals. The thing I'm seeing with the Magician is concentration. You need 100% concentration if you're going to achieve these goals. Not looking at one thing and then going, oh, and then looking at another thing and then going, oh, and then looking at another thing, and they're all kind of floating around in the air and you don't know where to start. Same thing as I was seeing in the Seven of Cups. Concentrate on one thing, finish that. Concentrate on the next thing, finish that. The magician doesn't do, if you see I mean, this is obviously a different kind of magician. This is like an alchemist kind of magician. If you see a magician on the stage, do they do all the tricks at once? No. They do one, then they complete it, and everyone applauds. Then they do the next one, and they complete it, and everyone applauds. And they move on, and then they finish the show, and that's it. Also, the other thing is, it doesn't matter if people don't understand what you're doing, if they don't see what you're doing. Also, with that kind of a stage magician, nobody sees the trick. They don't see how you do it, they just see you do it. So it doesn't matter if people don't quite understand what you're doing. It makes no difference. They probably look up to you and they're probably thinking, wow, I've never known anyone to do this. Look on the bright side, look at what they're thinking. You could look at it as they're thinking, oh, who's this crazy person? No one in our family's ever done that. Or you could turn it around and you could think that, they're seeing you as, wow, no one's ever done that before. Wow, this is the first. That means you're very special. You're doing something very different. This is a positive thing. This is a positive thing. Focus, 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 focus. The last card you have for your future is Justice. So, yes, this might sound strange. I'm seeing a relationship. This is for single people. I am seeing a relationship. You could end up in a relationship with someone who you were friends with before. You might have been on and off friends with them. You might have had some on and off communication with them. I don't think this is this person in the Hierophant. I don't think you're going to want to see this person again. But, yes, you might not have spoken, or you might have known them for years and you might have been on and off speaking to them. I'm seeing that again. This is a friendship turning into a more serious relationship. It might even end in marriage eventually. That's what I'm seeing. I can't see when you're going to come into communication again with this person, but you will. You will come into communication again with this person. If you set your emotions aside and your feeling of not good enough and your feeling of all of these things, and you let this person in, there is a possibility of marriage with this person, but you're not around them now. That's what I'm seeing. So Aries, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so, so, so much for watching.